I honestly can't quite believe I'm saying this, but Manchester United are back in action. Tomorrow, we face Leeds to kickstart our pre-season. It's going to be a busy pre-season. We've got 8 games, 4 in America, 2, one in Old Trafford, 1 in Dublin, I think, 1 in Edinburgh, 1 in Oslo, all over the shop. Lots of time for these players to get fitness, but also for us to learn a few things. Will we see Mason Mount make his debut against Leeds in Oslo? What will we see Kobbie Mainoo start in midfield? Will Martinez be back? What about Ahmad on the wing? I'm going to run through my starting 11 predictions in this video. And also, I think the key talking points we've got for this game. So you can learn a little thing or two about what to expect from Manchester United's preseason. That's what I hope this video will do. So make sure you drop a like on it. Let me know what your 11 is in the comments. If any of us get 11 out of 11, I'll be absolutely amazed. But this is the full squad. As it stands, Manchester United have not released the travelling squad before I do this video. So maybe I won't get this completely spot on, but even if it was, I probably still wouldn't. You can see down the right-hand side, we've got like defenders over there. We've got midfielders up here, kind of attackers and wingers down there, and the keepers down here. Right, and let's start in goal because, of course, David De Gea, he's now not part of the club anymore. We don't really have a first-choice goalkeeper. You could argue we don't really have a second-choice goalkeeper because he's hiding over there at the side, but I reckon Tom Heaton is probably our third-choice goalkeeper next season. We can scroll out a little bit more to get him in. I think we're going to be seeing Tom Heaton start in goal. Now, I'm actually curious to see what this man over here, that's Matej Kovar, young goalkeeper who won the league with Sparta Prague last year. I don't think Dean Henderson's actually fit enough to play in this game. I'm not actually sure who that goalkeeper is. You can let me know in the comments. I think that's Matej Kovar at the back, and maybe I'm wrong. But I think it'll be Tom Heaton starting this game, and maybe Kovar will play the second half. Not really too much to talk about there. One thing I'm so excited to see, right, is this. I think both of them are going to be fit to play. Maybe you won't see Martinez start. Maybe Erik Ten Hag is going to ease him back into the team. But maybe we'll see both of them get 45 minutes straight away. And that's what I would like to see. Because why not? If they're fit enough to play, why would you not play them? Martinez and Varane, yes, we missed them last season when they were out. And having those two there, when we get, I'm saying when, famous last words and all that, but I'm going to keep saying when we get Onana in, and we've got Onana, Martinez, and Varane as the 3 at the back, watch us transform how we play out from the back, man. It's going to be so good. But I want to see those two start. So they're in my starting 11. Now, I want to see this lad start, but I will put down who I'm going to put as the fullbacks first. And that, I'm going to go for Alvaro Fernandez, and I'm going to go for Wan-Bissaka. And that's a circle. That's not Wan-Bissaka. So, you might say, Sam, that's quite a strong defensive line there. My OCD's kicking in. Let me try and make this as even as possible. And I would say, yeah, but we know Ten Hag. He likes his strong teams. And as much as this is going to be an opportunity for youngsters to train with Ten Hag and get used to his start, quite a lot of them won't be in that first team squad next year. Quite a lot of them are just getting the opportunity because so many of the first team aren't actually there. Fernandez is someone I want to see at left back. Had a really good loan spell at Preston. Watch his overlapping runs. A genuinely very good overlapping fullback who's good at whipping the balls in. One to watch, I think. Wan-Bissaka, well, we don't need to say anything about him. He's in that team. But we can now move on to probably the player I'm most excited about. You say that we're about to watch Mason Mount make his debut for the club, but the youngster I'm most excited to watch, Kobbie Mainoo. Obviously, a lot has been said about Kobbie, and he broke into the first team squad last year, made a couple of appearances, but it seems like he's bulked up a bit. And the reason I'm excited about him is because positionally, it's still part of this squad where we're very weak. Because I think we're going to be switching to having 2 number 8s. Last season we played with, and I've told you a million times, this is just like a suspicion. Just kind of an evolution of Ten Hag's United. I expect, and maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see against Leeds, right? We'll see in the first pre-season games. But this guy here, he's the sort of player who can receive the ball from the defence with his back facing away, hold possession, and feed others. He can be a really good first midfielder in that first phase. More so than most other players inside, even in that squad there. Like, we need a Casemiro alternative, and for me, he can be that guy. Now, alongside him in midfield, I'm actually going to do this, right? I'm going to go for Fred. And I'm going to go for Mason Mount making his debut. Fred, I don't really know what to expect from in pre-season, because I have a sneaky suspicion that, well, it's not a sneaky suspicion. It feels like he's going to be finding a new club. Fulham would be a good spot for him. But I don't know. I think he's going to start this game. You could see Hannibal play there. I mean, you could see Charlie Savage play there. Played last pre-season pretty well. Hansen, Aaron, he could play there as well. But I think Ten Hag will go for as much experience as he can as possible, because that's typically what he has done. But as you can see, Hannibal I'd like to see get some minutes, but I don't know whether he's going to have a spot inside this squad next year. I really don't. Maybe he'll have an excellent pre-season and prove me completely wrong. But this man, I want to see in that starting 11. And this is what I mean about that switch, because you can see there, previously it would have been like this. Mainoo and Fred with Mason Mount or Bruno in that position now. But this is where I think we switch. Having two aggressive number 8s with... It's a lot of responsibility on Kobbie or whoever plays there. But what United should be doing is squeezing that pitch, right? Heaton's going to have to operate towards the edge of his own box. He can't be staying on his 6-yard line. That makes the pitch smaller, less space for Kobbie Mainoo to cover, or whoever's playing in that position. And it allows Fred and, importantly, Mason Mount to do their thing up there. I want to see what Mason Mount can do. Maybe he'll play on the left, maybe he'll play on the right. I'm not actually sure, but given that Bruno Fernandes made that position on the right his own last season, I would anticipate he would play on the left. But it might be wrong. You might see a switch from Erik Ten Hag in that sense. Maybe we won't see Mason Mount from the start. I hope we will, and I hope we see that formation. Now, up front, let's go down here so you can see the options. We've got Anthony, who's been training, Sancho, Martial, Amad Diallo, Noah Memiran, and Shola Shoretire. I would go for an expectation here of Sancho on the left. As long as everyone's fit, I don't actually know that. Martial on the right, on the centre, sorry, and Amad. All right? This lad here. Again, just like I'm excited about Kobbie Mainoo, I'm really excited to see what Amad can do in this pre-season. He had such a good loan spell at Sunderland last season, developed a lot. In a very, very tough and physical league. So much has been said about his frame. Oh, he can't cut it. Some people are saying that he still needs another loan spell out at a Premier League club to take that next level up. And maybe that's correct, because if you look at our options on the right wing next season, you've got, where is he? I think he's here somewhere. You've got Anthony. You've probably got Sancho. You've got Amad, and you've got Pellistri. Something has to give there. You can't keep all four of those players happy inside that squad. I don't know who it's going to be, but one of them will be leaving on loan or a permanent. Probably, I would imagine Pellistri on loan. But it's an interesting talking point here to have around Jadon Sancho. I've got Jadon Sancho there on that left wing. Now, left wing next season is going to be Rashford and Garnacho's spot. So maybe that's not going to be where he's going to play. But if he's going to play on the right wing, then he's going to have to directly compete with Anthony. And that's why I think it's the right game to give Amad the opportunity. Because maybe when more first-team play... Look, we've got Anthony who is available there. And Sancho is available, so maybe he won't play. But he feels like he deserves the opportunity. That's why I'd like to see him play. And Sancho... Last pre-season, Sancho was probably one of our best players. Him and Martial was really exciting watching them two play together. And then across the course of the season, well, we know what happened. The 3-month period, in and out. Sancho wasn't that impressive. I've got this guy in the starting 11. I'm not really sure who else you could play there. I mean, you could put Emeran up there. You could put Shoretire there. You could try and put Sancho in a false 9 position with Amad on the left and Anthony. Just kind of weirdnesses all round, really. Martial, I'm not going to let myself get sucked in anymore. I don't know, I'm just like self-protection, self-preservation, if you want to call it that. Last pre-season, he was fantastic. I thought, this is it. And then the same thing happened. And I imagine the exact same thing will happen. Until we get a new striker in, I don't think the conversation really changes around our options up front. So if Martial is fit, I would play him. If not, you can let me know in the comments who you would put in to replace him. But that will be my 11 there. Heaton, Martinez, Varane, Fernandes, let's go full screen. Fernandes and Wan-Bissaka as the two fullbacks. Kobbie in there as the sort of the number 6. And if he can get that opportunity, man, I can't wait to watch him. And then I've gone for Fred and Mount as the two number 8s in front of him. With Sancho on the left, Martial through the middle, and Amad on the right. The score doesn't matter. The whole team's going to change at half-time. But the things I'm looking out for are, if he plays the performance of Kobbie Mainoo, if he plays performance of Mason Mount, whether or not we play with two holding two number 8s instead of one number 10 and two central midfielders. I want to see how fit and sharp Martinez looks. If Fernandez gets an opportunity, how he looks. Plenty of questions. You'll enjoy it, right? Let's see what goes on against Leeds. The score doesn't matter. It's all about fitness, etc. But you can learn some patterns and stuff. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Do you think Mount will make his debut? Do you think Kobbie will play in midfield? And what are you looking forward to the most in United's first game of the pre-season?